porn ban became a top Twitter trend on Sunday morning after users could not access popular porn websites. Search for porn websites showed a blank page with users with internet service providers such as Vodafone, MTNL and Hathway. There are reports that the sites are inaccessible due to an unofficial ban by the government. A user also posted a picture on social media showing that access to a website was blocked as per the directions of the Department of Telecommunication. Meanwhile, social media is abuzz with outrage over the supposed ban. Well, let's go across to Viren Gunawat as well as Brijesh Pandey, both of us who join us live at this moment. Let me first come across to you, Viren. If you could tell us a little about this ban. Is there actually such a ban in effect?
Sanket, there's no official circular or any notice being passed on by the central government on this banning, but yes, the customers of MTNL, BSNL and few other ISPs, they are facing a ban. They are going to the website and they are not easily accessible to this site. So definitely there's some kind of a, and it is saying that it has been blocked by competent authority. And who is it authority? That is not being clear. But there's another issue here that there's another ISPs like Airtel, Vodafone, and there are many other private companies who are providing internet services. These sites are available, easily accessible on those parts. So definitely there's a situation where the service provider of government bodies have blocked the sites. And what is the reason? Who has done that? And is there any specific authority given by the central government? That is still unknown. Sanket?
Well, there are various aspects to this story. Number one, has the government ordered this ban or not? Number two, what is the legal position and how these websites can actually be blocked? What clause in the law can actually be invoked? Viren, do stay on with us. And before we go across to Brijesh Pandey, well, the government appears to have invoked Section 69A of the Information Technology Act, the year 2000. Now, under this section, the government can block websites if it feels satisfied that there is a threat to sovereignty and integrity of India. Another clause that allows, now, and this is purely, what we have been able to access as to what could in fact be a legal reason for blocking these pages if, and that's a big if the government has actually asked. Remember, all of it is unofficial at this moment. Another clause allows the government to act if it perceives a security and public order threat. The government can also clamp down if it feels relations could perhaps be affected. Now, meanwhile, the Supreme Court had in early July, the top court had said that a ban on porn would be a violation of Article 21, which upholds personal liberty. The Chief Justice of India had said that there was nothing wrong with an adult watching pornographic clips within the four walls of his home. So that's the legal position as far as pornography in this country is concerned. Brajesh, before I come across to you, we have Mr. Jitendra Jain, a cyber expert on the phone line. Mr. Jain, since you monitor these, these cases about cyber security, cyber threat, and the developments that take place, particularly related to firewalling as well, do you think this Indian ISP starting to block pornographic websites was perhaps done requested by the government, or did they do it on their own?
No, they can't do it on their own. It is going to be illegal. They can only do it if there is a court order or if there is a court order by competent authority in the government after noting down the reasons in writing and communicated in writing. So I don't think they have done it on their own. I think there is an executive order which is going, and as someone in the government said that they are trying to block child pornography, but since they are not able to differentiate between the sites serving just ordinary porn and child porn, I think they have been blocking all the sites, and this is a very difficult position for the government to sustain in the courts.
Okay. Thanks very much, Mr. Jain. Let me quickly go across to Brijesh Pandey now. Now, Brijesh, we have understood the legal position. We have understood from a cyber expert under what circumstances something like this can be done. Have we heard from the government at all? Was there a communication from the Department of Telecommunications to the internet service providers that please go ahead and block?
Well, Sanket, there has been no communication as far as the government of India is concerned. We tried to contact officials in Department of Telecommunication as well as the Minister of Information and Broadcasting, but they are saying that they are not aware of any such move to ban porn sites. But this has definitely not come at a good time for the BJP, because there has been a lot of accusation about how the government is trying to clamp down on freedom of expression, and this particular step would definitely not endear the government to the masses. We are waiting an official response from Ministry of Information Broadcasting as well as Minister of Telecommunication about.
You know, Brajesh, I mean, yesterday the news was that yesterday morning, and for a considerable part of yesterday, is when this firewalling or this unofficial ban was actually in effect, where people tried to access and it actually showed up a page. I know it is banned here in our company as well because it's indecent. But purely for professional reasons, we did try to access one such website, and to our surprise, it's working at this moment. So, has the government been forced into a corner to eventually withdraw this circular, if such a circular actually existed?
Well, Sanket, I think it will be extremely embarrassing for the government, to come as seen as somebody who's trying to ban porn sites or such, because, it unnecessarily lands government in a controversy when the government already has its plate full. And I think this could be handiwork of some overzealous officer at Department of Telecommunication. And if you're saying that, we could access most of the sites today, it means that, the government must have drilled sense back home into the order. But there's no official confirmation as to whether the government actually issued a circular banning viewing of more than 800 porn sites or not, because this is one controversy the government can definitely do without. Sanket?
But the problem is, particularly all the parliamentarians will be on one side and, the rest of the country on the other. That's how the situation is going to be on pornographic websites. But and also it's a different story that we have had stories where legislators themselves have been caught inside parliament, inside their legislative assemblies, actually watching these objectionable clips. But Brajesh Pandey, many thanks for joining us on this story.